The sun had just begun to rise as Jack and Jill set out on their adventure. They were eager to explore the great outdoors and all the wonders it had to offer. Jack and Jill had been planning their camping trip for weeks. They had packed all the essentials, from their backpacks to their cooler full of snacks. They were ready for anything the wilderness could throw at them. A couple arrived at the campsite. Jack and Jill wasted no time in setting up their tent and exploring the area. The tall trees provided ample shade, while the nearby stream provided a soothing soundtrack to their adventure. They couldn't wait to see what else the wilderness had in store for them. As they climbed the mountain, Jack and Jill encountered several obstacles. They slipped and fell multiple times, getting covered in mud and water, but they persevered, laughing off their mishaps and continuing on their journey. As they continued on their journey, Jack and Jill soon found themselves lost in the forest. They tried to read the map, but it was upside down, and they couldn't figure out which way to go. They knew they needed to find their way back to camp before nightfall. As they wandered through the forest, Jack and Jill stumbled upon a group of wild animals. They tried to scare them off with loud noises, but it only made the situation worse. The animals began to surround them, and Jack and Jill realized they needed to come up with a new plan. After a long day of wandering through the wilderness, Jack and Jill finally found their way back to the campsite. They were tired, dirty, and hungry, but still in good spirits. They knew that no matter what challenges they faced, they could always count on each other to get through them. As they sat by the campfire, Jack and Jill roasted marshmallows and reminisced about their adventure. They laughed about the obstacles they faced and the mistakes they made, but they also talked about the beauty of the wilderness and the sense of freedom it gave them. And so, Jack and Jill's hilarious adventure in the wild came to an end, but their thirst for adventure and their determination to enjoy every experience would continue to drive them forward. As the sun set on their journey, they knew that they would always cherish the memories they made, and the less. As their camping trip came to an end, Jack and Jill packed up their gear and prepared to leave. They looked around the campsite, taking in the beauty of the forest one last time. They knew that they would return someday, but for now, it was time to head back to the city. As they drove away from the campsite, Jack and Jill looked back at the forest and mountains in the distance. They knew that the memories they made would stay with them forever, and that they would always look back on their adventure with fondness. As they made their way back to the city, Jack and Jill stopped at a small diner for a bite to eat. They ordered burgers and fries. Still covered in dirt and mud from their adventure, they laughed as they recounted their favorite moments from the trip and enjoyed the simple pleasure of a good meal. As they arrived back at their apartment, Jack and Jill unpacked their bags and took a much-needed shower. They washed away the dirt and sweat from their adventure, but the memories they made would stay with them forever. As they sat on their couch, Jack and Jill flipped through photos from their trip. They smiled as they remembered the fun they had and the challenges they overcame. They knew that they would always look back on their adventure as a defining moment in their lives. As the sun set over the city skyline, Jack and Jill sat on their balcony, enjoying the view. They knew that the adventure they had in the wilderness had changed them in some way, and that they would carry those changes with them for the rest of their lives. They realized that life was too short to play it safe, and that sometimes the greatest rewards came from taking risks and stepping outside of one's comfort zone. As the city lights twinkled below them, Jack and Jill felt a sense of gratitude for the experience they had just had, and a sense of excitement for the adventures that were yet to come. As the night drew on, Jack and Jill cuddled up on the couch. Watching a movie, they were both relaxed and content, enjoying the simple pleasures of being home. They knew that the memories they made on their camping trip would stay with them forever, but they were also grateful for the comfort and say. As the movie came to an end, Jack and Jill fell asleep. Exhausted from their adventure, they snuggled up together, knowing that they had each other to rely on through thick and thin. They knew that no matter what challenges they faced in the future, they would always have the memories of this adventure to keep them going. As the sun rose over the city skyline, Jack and Jill woke up to a new day, ready for whatever adventures lay ahead. They knew that life was full of surprises, and that the only way to truly live was to embrace them with open arms. As they looked out over the city, they felt a sense of excitement and anticipation for the future. They knew that no matter what challenges they faced, they would face them together, with the memories of their camping trip as a reminder of what they were capable of, and so with a renewed sense of purpose and determination. They set out to make the most of each day, ready for whatever adventures lay ahead. The end.